When it comes to skill and level, everyone needs to keep learning and exploring. There is no limit because many of my fans say that if I invest some money, I will hire a coach. I spend around 20 to 30,000 currency. There is no limit. It's not about being tough. That day, I didn't really look ahead. I really didn't look, but I just looked here. It's so frustrating, isn't it? Why do you make mistakes? Find a little joy in this. When you perform this left rotation, I believe many of our mistakes are actually caused by being too tense. Exactly. Too much tension and too tense with the ball. Relax and play as if it's a game. That's the first point. When I serve, it should be in this state. Absolutely not thinking about defeating him or serving to defeat him. I create opportunities for myself to avoid feeling too much pressure. Another point is that if your first shot is not accurate, then, if you jump forward slightly on the first shot, it may hit the net. Alright, this is how I'm positioned now. Where do you think you should aim? Backhand short or another spot? Backhand short. I'll move forward to receive. Yes, consider it. With me in this position, where do you think you should begin probing? Serve. Forehand short angle, forehand baseline. Forehand short angle and backhand baseline. Yes. Yes, this is a standard. Let me see. I'm right here. How do you position yourself? I aim towards the middle, slightly to the right of the leg. Don't you feel it's a neutral stance? You should definitely aim towards the center, right? Since it's a neutral stance, what does it indicate? Mainly focusing on backhand. If he sends it to you here in the middle, would you have trouble returning it? If he stands like that, should I target his forehand? No problem, just hit where you feel comfortable. If he predominantly uses his forehand, he will surely expose his side, correct? Honestly, if I stand like this, where should I aim? He unexpectedly directed it towards your forehand. How will you react? For instance, with a flat racket or similar, is the forehand shot short, isn't it? Is it the backhand? The forehand shot is long, right? Why are you putting pressure on him? You're playing to the rhythm of the opponent. Definitely step up. I lost this point. I need to serve now. Yes, make him hesitate a bit. Show some restraint. He knows we will use the forehand to control the ball. Because many players are currently encountering this issue in our matches. But this is a serve. What about other shots, like my strong backhand? How should you counter it? Just like when we play, you can't defeat my backhand. Where should you begin? Yes, you shouldn't just rally back and forth, but should initiate from the first ball. Begin from the forehand position. And as his backhand is strong, let's focus on countering it, considering its shot quality. He won't play it softly. He will pressure you with it, and even if you aim to alter his forehand quality, it will still be inferior. Exactly. So, what's the issue? Many table tennis players lack this skill. Exactly. What everyone does is play according to their own style, as XiaoHan mentioned. I often stick to my own game. Is backhand better than forehand? Is a short ball better than a long ball? Indeed, without trying, without experiencing, without analyzing. You serve, I'll receive. Let's have a match, you serve. This player is skilled at imparting spin on the ball. The effectiveness of your backspin depends on the situation. For instance, if the opponent's shot quality is not high, it may lack intensity. It's like this, I can handle this ball well. You play against him multiple times. My strong grip is also relative. So what's our problem now? Is that I often advise handsome guys, let me tell you, when you compete, you must Yes, start by identifying the opponent's weaknesses, as we focus on exploiting those weaknesses. Let's use a metaphor for him. But now he's also fighting back. Let's add a touch more metaphor. So I told Shuai, if you discover weaknesses while playing against someone, you can only compete against him. So you need to pinpoint his 1700 to 1800 range. Only then do you stand a chance to reverse the situation and defeat him, right? Even if he's slightly older and more experienced than you still won't defeat him. When I'm not mainly going up on stage, I'm practicing hitting myself. When you spin the ball with your hand, does adding friction increase speed in other aspects? At this stage, you should target the opponent's weaknesses. It's only beginners who hit themselves. Beginners are still hitting themselves, right? It's because they're still at the stage where, when you have too many distractions, you're still making mistakes. Our main focus is on showcasing our strengths and improving our game. But when your level is at this point, you're good, you'll know everything, right? At the very least, I can do it. I want to hit this ball. I can usually step up. At this stage, you need to change your mindset. Continuously hitting your own ball will hinder your progress. What should you do? Identify the opponent's weaknesses and play more matches with others. What are his weaknesses? There are only a few. Table tennis revolves around speed, spin, weaknesses, and strengths. Let's discuss these four aspects and then analyze the angles, speeds, and movements. You can see, we used to have a list, for instance, when I play with you. His backhand lacks quality. Yes, good. I jotted down weak backhand. Where is the weakness? Lack of strength. Exactly, after he hits, his shot lands halfway on the table. Similar to the shot you missed yesterday, the ball lands halfway on the table. He consistently approaches with low quality shots. I give him a short ball. He lifts it, and I can attack him on both sides. Due to his low initial standard, you can recognize the low quality of the short ball return, and then attack on both sides. Exploiting both sides, that's your strategy. During a normal rally, what specific habits does he exhibit? But once this is brought up, many people will surely comment, seems to calculated, but in reality, that's how table tennis works. You need to analyze the data. In fact, within our Chinese team, which includes not only the national team, but also the provincial teams, we all benefit from powerful data analysis. There are always individuals available to assist us in enhancing our skills. For instance, when facing Xiao Kuai in a competition, I must analyze him and recognize the moments when his mindset shifts. There are always individuals available to assist us in enhancing our skills. For instance, when facing Xiao Kuai in a competition, I must analyze him and recognize the moments when his mindset shifts. At what point does he maintain a steady performance? Once you have thoroughly analyzed him, everything is within your control. It's as if you can read him like an open book. You claim that this shot is easy to execute, but is it truly that straightforward? The simplest approach we discover is, we assess whether this individual excels in backhand or forehand play. Which is more effective, topspin or backspin, short ball or long ball, and which shots does he find challenging? Let's assume a scenario where we both maintain our positions. Let's illustrate. You slightly shift the paddle to that side, similar to during a match. For instance, now I'll serve to you, okay? The first serve will have side spin, right? Right? Okay. Is this the second block or a side spin? Okay. He mainly focuses on side spin, right? Then you need to analyze if my next serve will be side spin. I can handle it well. Or if he loops the ball, I won't be able to serve either side spin or a short serve, otherwise you won't be able to counter it. Even if your side spin serve is good, you won't be able to put me in a difficult position. For example, if you loop another shot after I serve with side spin, you see, I can't handle this type of shot well. So you can't just rely on side spin because you're good at it. You need to change your tactics. Due to your highly skilled side spin serve combined with my spin, it becomes harder to deal with. I can't lift it. What should you do in this moment? Switch immediately to what? Test him with a short serve, you see. That's when you can gain an advantage. If you notice some shots aren't effective, you should change your strategy right away due to the numerous variations in table tennis. Short, high, low, fast, slow. You are employing too many tactics. So when you receive the ball, I will target your vulnerabilities when you receive the ball. I will target your vulnerabilities when you receive the ball, right? You should strive for every point. You should mentally replay the game. For instance, in our current match, in the initial 2 points, he could only block my shots here, or he could only play the ball in this manner. When the score is 9-9, when you prepare to serve this ball, you can position yourself here to block his shot. Because he has a standard way of receiving, unlike someone who knows you too well. Typical players tend to receive in the first 1 or 2 balls. In a critical moment, if you play a similar ball again, he will still receive it in the same manner. Due to his extreme caution, all his movements are instinctual. At this point, when I play another ball in a crucial moment for you to receive, I'll aim it towards his midsection. I can then position myself directly for the attack, right? I can prepare to defend 2/3 of the table, then move you halfway. That's what we calculate sometimes during matches. I feel like I'm 2 points behind him, but in reality, he hasn't employed many tactics. When people face challenges, such as when you get intense, I won't be affected. Maybe I can rub both sides of the table tennis bat, change to a lucky ball, or grip it tighter. Just because at this moment others bring out their moves doesn't mean you are similar to them. Like table tennis, you see, it's not that fragile. I think table tennis is difficult, too challenging. Just like when you play basketball, you might think I have slightly better physical condition, a bit more courage, right? That's all it takes. The braver you are in table tennis, the better your physical condition, the easier it is to lose control, the more mistakes you make. So why is it that in table tennis, towards the end, if you look at other sports, you see in sports like football or basketball, the coaches are fewer. You see in table tennis, you'll notice that table tennis coaches are fewer, smaller balls. Table tennis coach, badminton coach. You may not know if you haven't been part of a professional team. Each coach can oversee around 4 to 5 players, right? Around 4 to 5. Basketball coaches manage 20 to 30 players because they reach a certain level. I don't understand either. I just think it's easier. You can control yourself. Exactly. Table tennis is not that great. I still need to figure out if this pace is not right or something. He always needs to have a coach. Even if you are a world champion, he can only handle 2 or 3 for players. He can't manage a large group all at once. In a basketball session with 20 students, for example, these 20 students in one session, 80 hours. You are taking on too many responsibilities. I have friends who have switched to engage in that kind of comprehensive sports activity. He mentioned that solely relying on table tennis cannot really generate income. And then everyone is at a comprehensive sports center. This intricacy lies in the fact that if you play table tennis in a day and wish to compete, you need to use your brain. And let me tell you another challenging aspect. The more you play later, the more your mindset deteriorates due to fear of losing and negative thoughts. When these thoughts arise, you defeat him 3 times. Losing to him once makes you feel really terrible. Because being in a professional team is his prime time. When you decline, it's similar to my situation. Because he had already been training when he entered university, while I was in my 3rd and 4th year of college, to help us improve our skills. That's when I realized that if I don't practice, you'll hit the ball like this even with your eyes closed. Now you need to pay attention. Because if you continue to hit like that, you will make mistakes. To play, one must maintain a boyish playing style. It's not only about the speed of the ball, but also about their physical fitness. Like core strength, when playing with amateurs, one can quickly handle the game, but in matches at the same level, they gradually fall apart and can't continue playing.
大家好，我是小韩老师。下面呢，我们来说一下专属课堂怎么看直播。大家别着急啊。首先呢，我们肯定是加了小韩助理账号的。加完之后呢，你看他这个点他的头像，下面有一个 视频号，点一下它这个视频号，点完之后点这个关注，点一下关注。